Hi and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about a pathway you can use to move to the UK today that does not require you to have any sponsor or any job in the UK in advance. You can simply go to a British embassy, apply for a visa and move to the UK. So as you know, there are so many different pathways you can use to move to the UK and various types of visas. But look, if you don't have the right information or the best information for your personal circumstances, you're going to spend time struggling looking for jobs online, stressing yourself out, when actually you could simply go to the embassy and get a visa. So, this channel, I'm all about bringing you the best, the quickest, fastest, most affordable, cheapest ways of moving to the UK, smooth ways of moving to the UK. So if you're new to the channel, it's such a pleasure to have you. If you're a returning subscriber, again, you know that I appreciate your time because I know you could be doing better things, but you spend time watching these videos and I hope that you're finding them helpful. So I'm going to move straight to the point. And by the way, I do have a newsletter where I send the best information about living in the UK, career pathways in the UK, sponsorships, programs in the UK, scholarships in the UK. So you want to make sure that you check the comment section to join my newsletter, because even if I'm doing live sessions or any giveaways or anything like that, I only do it through my newsletter. So you want to make sure that you join in and get that information sent directly to your inbox. Because look, I don't want you to miss out on these opportunities, whether you're in the UK already or you're still out. You deserve the best. And look, that's what this channel is all about. So let's get started. This particular visa is going to enable you move to the UK upon successful completion of your studies from any country. You move to the UK without needing to have a sponsor. So how does it work? I'm going to tell you the requirements, who it's for, what you get, and the financial implications. How much does it actually cost for you to apply for this visa? And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you don't want to be a stranger on here, please. I want you to be part of the family. You need to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button because you want to be the first to be notified every single day, 8 a.m. when I drop a video on here unfailingly. Yes, I do drop a video 8 o'clock every single day on YouTube, because look, this is a commitment that I'm making to you. So I want you to leave a comment below and say, Melvis, I will implement, because look, I don't want these videos to just be you're just watching for the sake of it. I want you to implement. Implementation is key. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time, you're wasting your time, and you and I are wasting our time. That is not good. So let's get to the point, and enough about beating around the bushes. So this visa is called a high potential individual visa. And look, it is an amazing visa, because if you studied in any of the world's top universities, look, you don't need a job to move to the UK, because the UK government is going to say, look, if Harvard has accepted you as a student, then look, you're a high potential individual. So the UK wants you to complete your studies and simply move here. So basically, if you've studied in any of the world's top universities, you don't require any, sponsor to move to the UK. You simply apply. And so you have to make sure that you completed your studies in the last 5 years, which means that if you're like me and you completed your studies, say in 2015, you cannot move to the UK. It's got to be the last 5 years. And also your university needs to be in the world's top universities list, within the last 5 years. So just to put this into perspective, if you go online and you check the Times World's Best Universities, that's the list. The Times World's Best Universities, that is the list. Like, for example, 2022, the top university was, Oxford. And then after that, you had the California Technology, I think it's California Institute of Technology. And then the third, obviously, was Harvard. So if your university has made it on that list, the top 50 within the last 5 years, that is all you need. And the best thing about this particular visa is that you can also bring your family. Obviously, you've got to be at least 18 years of age, because, that's the criteria. You can bring your family as well. Obviously, your partner has to be at least 18 years of age as well to qualify. And I'm going to tell you what the requirements are. You do need to have a degree. It has to be at least a bachelor's degree from any of these universities. It doesn't matter what course you've studied. It just needs to be at least a bachelor's degree, which means if you have a diploma or you've just done an online course or an online certificate, they're not going to accept that, because obviously these top universities do offer so many programs online that you can complete for a set period of time and they give you a certificate. Those ones are not accepted. You've got to have at least a bachelor's degree, UK bachelor's degree equivalent. So once you've got that, you then also need to have proof of funds. So you need to have money to show that you're able to support yourself for at least 1 month in the UK. And when it comes to the amounts, it is £1,270 for yourself, as a main applicant. And this money is supposed to have been in your account for at least 28 days from the day that you're applying, which means that if you're applying for the visa, I don't know, on the 1st of January, you have to make sure that the whole of December you have this money in your account. And then also, one good thing about this particular visa is that for your spouse, or for your dependents, you need a lot less money, which is so good. Unlike the other visas where they want 1,270 for all of you, in this case, the 1,270 is only for yourself. If it's your wife, for example, you only need just over £200 for your spouse, wife, husband, whoever it is, partner. You also need evidence to show that your partners, obviously, or you're married, for example, marriage certificate. You need to be living together when you move to the UK. You need evidence of that. You can simply just write and say, look, we're going to be living together. That's going to be enough. And then you also are going to need to pay for the healthcare surcharge. So you need to pay for that as well, healthcare. Currently, it's over £400 per year per person. So you do need to pay for that. But for your kids, the first child, you need to pay just over £300. Then for all the other children, it's £200 per child. So as you can see, there are so many advantages for this particular visa because you can obviously come to the UK with your family and you don't need a job in advance. You don't need any sponsor. You simply need a degree from any of these universities. And like I said, if you go online and check the Times World Best Universities or World University Ranking, you're going to see for the last 5 years, and you can check, did your university make it? They have universities from all over the world. But there's one disclaimer that I must tell you right here. And by the way, if you like content like this, I want you to just hit that like button, because it lets me know that you're enjoying content like this and I should do more, because otherwise, how do I even know? Because I only do videos that people are recommending for things that people are asking. So if you also want me to do videos about anything, please just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll do that. And by the way, if it's your first time here and you're wondering, who is this girl and what's she going on about? My name is Melvis. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner in the UK. So I live in England. I also have a private career coaching service where I support with career progression in the UK. If you're a nurse, you're looking for a carer job, you're a carer, or you're looking for those healthcare related, clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs, look, I'm your girl. Check out my membership program. But most importantly, like I said, you need to join my newsletter because that's where all the best things are happening. And obviously subscribe to the channel. Like I say, you don't want to be a stranger on here. I need you to be part of this amazing and awesome family, because I'll bring you the latest about everything in the UK. Check videos that I've done, scholarships as well. I've done loads of videos about how you can study even in top UK universities like Oxford and Cambridge for free. 100% fully funded scholarships. You want to make sure that you're checking these videos out because I'm doing them to help you. I studied in the UK as an international student, and look, if I knew then what I know now, my life would have been different. I would not have been paying £10,000 per year like I did, knowing that I could have had a scholarship to study for free. Accommodation paid, you have money for all sorts of things. So please, you want to make sure that you're watching these videos, you're implementing those things, because look, it's 100% legit. I do extensive research before I bring this information to you. So what's he talking about these high potential, individual visa? So like we said, we can bring your family. And so let's talk about the length of time. How long is this visa for? So basically, this visa is generally 2 to 3 years. Normally, they would give it for 3 years. Everyone that I've seen, they've always had it for 3 years. So when they give it for 3 years, the intention is that you move to the UK as soon as you finish your studies so that you can start your career in the UK. Because look, the UK is very smart. They like to choose the best people from all over the world and bring them to this country. Because look, if you studied in a place like, Stanford University, or you studied in Harvard, people are going to be, dying to employ you. That's how it works. These universities, no matter the course, the people tend to be very, very successful because people like them, and they're paid even a lot more than people from average universities. So the idea is that you come here and you get started. So when you're in the UK, within those 3 years, ideally, you want to find another visa and change your visa into, because you will not be able to renew this particular visa after 3 years. The idea is that they don't want to inconvenience you to start looking for a job while you're still out of the UK, for example. So they want you to come in here, have those 3 years to look around, find jobs, and then you change the visa. So that's the point, which means from this visa, you cannot apply for indefinite leave to remain, you need to change it into, any of the skilled worker visas. And look, it's quite easy for these people because, like I said, they are highly wanted. Companies, like to employ people like this, just because if you said that you studied in Harvard, again, it's very prestigious. Everyone knows. And so, that's the advantage that you have. So that's how it is. And you need to know that also with your family, also, obviously, they can work, your spouse will be able to work. Your children need to be less than 18, obviously, for you to bring them, because if they're already adults, then they are kind of independent. And it's very challenging to prove to the British authorities that your child is over 18 and they're still depending on you. It is not easy. And that's why if you're on any visa at all and want to bring your family, the best thing is to bring them when they are less than 18 years old, because once they're getting to like 16, that is kind of dangerous territory. So this visa is so fantastic. If you've had the privilege of studying in any of these universities, fine. I want you to leave a comment below. Where did you study? Where does your university rank in that world's top universities list? Where does it rank? I studied in the UK, and I don't think mine is anywhere near. Like, I've never actually checked, but some of us went to ordinary universities. So, but we made sure that, one of the things I made sure, I knew that my university wasn't like top 50, but I made sure that I had the best grades. And those best grades have really helped me to progress really quickly in my UK career, to earn a good salary for myself. And so I'm really grateful, because sometimes you may not go to the best university, but if you make sure that you're getting the best grades for whatever university you attend, you also find a lot of success in the UK. Because some people are like, oh, if you're just going to a normal university, it doesn't matter. It matters, because your grades do matter. So if you qualify for this visa, you need to have a look, what university did you attend? Was it the last 5 years? Has it made it to the list? If it hasn't, leave a comment below. What is the classification of your university? And like I said, you want to check the Times World Universities ranking list, because that is the most acceptable one. That is kind of the top ranking one. So I hope that you've made it, because this visa is so good. It's gonna stop all the hassle and bustle of sponsorship, employers. It's a lot of hassle. I know, because in my private career coaching program, I'm supporting people to find visa sponsorship jobs, and I know the hassle that we go through. So if you can qualify for this, my friend, please do go for it. I'll make sure that you make the most of it. When you get to the UK, everybody's going to be scrambling, in fact, to recruit you, and they're going to pay you very, very highly, because the truth is that people from these universities, everybody wants them, and not only that, they're paid more as well. So if you haven't joined my newsletter, I don't know, you don't want to be missing out on opportunities, whether you're already in the UK or not. Like I've said, you're going to benefit from this, because if I'm doing a live session, I'm going to send you a link to invite you for that live session if you're part of my newsletter. If you're not, you're never going to find out. So obviously, you don't want to be a stranger. Also subscribe to the channel. Keep watching the videos that I've done on the channel about everything career progression in the UK, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.